Good morning, everyone. This is Bremster, and as soon as I hit go live, I got a message. Um, Hopefully, I am now live, and everything is working correctly. YouTube is showing me some very strange lag. So, hey, Sotek. So hopefully this is all coming through without too much lag. I'm on low delay and looking live to you, Michael. That's great, and welcome. I'm in a brain, what is brain mood this morning. And hey, who's here? Hey, old mum Jay. And it basically seemed like a perfect time for me to do some gas puzzles. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start off with a puzzle to get my brain up and running, and then I'm going to go from there. So I have preloaded, but not looked at. I literally opened the link and then moved back to my holding page, which is just an empty grid. Liar Killer by Clover, which was the next one. The last one I did was obviously the 26th of July, and this is the 27th of July. So from last year, like I am over a year behind. Whatever. Hi, is it Karen? Um, I wish I could make the text in the YouTube chat window larger without actually making every other browser window larger. It's just an annoyance I have with YouTube. I think it's Karen. Hello. Um, so yeah, let's have a look at Liar Killer by Clover. Um, I'm glad you did, old mum J. There was a lot of comments about, oh, you need to change the cosmetics. I tried like 9 different cosmetics on a different grid, not on the one that Realm Planner set, to try and figure out which one would be best um, for once you have solved digits in the grid or pencil marks on the grid. The first one I tried was just a standard normal arrow, and a lot of the cosmetic arrows that you use, Sudoku Pad just changes to the standard arrow that you see in Search 9. And the thing with Search 9 is once you place the digit, you've got the exact digit to put on it, so it's instantly resolved, so it doesn't matter that the arrow is hidden. Um, and with this, that's not the case. Once you put a digit there, you know which cell you're pointing to, but you don't know what digit you have to put there, so the arrow still needs to be a bit visible. And I tried using just that arrow, and immediately it was like, I'm lost. So we tried sort of a V or a greater than symbol and angling that, and that didn't work either, because once you pencil marked over that or you placed a digit over that, certain digits were hidden by it. So an angled digit with a 7 was hidden, an angled digit with, I think it was an 8 was also hidden. Um, and I tried a few different things. I tried sort of offsetting them, which is really hard to do in the tool, and it just looked ugly and didn't work. Putting small arrows in the corner, even if it was technically possible, I tried doing it in a photo editor, and it meant that corner pencil marks were just completely obscured. So, yeah, that's what I tried to do. It was basically I tried like 7 or 8 different things, some of which weren't actually technically possible in Sudoku Pad, just to see which was the best option. And I just had to compromise on something. Um, yeah, and that's the thing I hated, Sotek. I hated having to do that, but there's no good option. So it's literally what is the least bad option. And everyone is saying, oh, you need to do something better. My response is, what is it? Because I don't know. Yeah, it's really, really tricky. Oh, right, Karen. Cool. I wouldn't say you're crazy, and I have made an announcement in an upcoming video. It's about a week away though. Um, there is, and let me try and grab the invite link for this. There is, so Karen is organizing a Sudoku Con. I believe you could correct me if I'm wrong here, because all of my details may be wrong. The plan is for Boston, and the um, and there is currently a discussion Discord where they're holding meetings for how they're going to try and make the Sudoku Con work. Any more that I say about it than that is almost certainly going to be wrong. The following link is where you can join the Discord server to talk about the convention. Um, you can do background images with the arrows, and then you could customize them more, but it still gets hidden behind everything, and then you need somewhere to host the custom image. And the problem with somewhere to host the custom image is things like a Google Drive or anything doesn't work. It needs to actually be a web server where you host the image, which doesn't then pass it through a URL wrapper or anything like that. So you actually need like a web server. And that's just a nightmare to do. And we've tried to do it, and several of the hosting platforms change the way they host the images, and the puzzles break in future, and it's just been an absolutely nightmare thing to do. So a couple of the puzzles that used that, people found an image hosting platform that worked, and then they stopped working, and yeah. Anyway, enough about that. I came up with something that was that worked. It wasn't perfect, but anyway. Let's have a look at. I need to get back to my streaming thing. So anyway, welcome everyone. I was going to look at a puzzle. I got distracted by Karen's Sudoku Con thing and the discussion about the setting of the arrows. Hi, Frappy. Let's have a look at the puzzle. That's what we're here for. Cosmetics is hard. It's really hard. I do mean to do a cosmetic stream at some point where I talk about why I do the cosmetics the way I do and why I reset puzzles the way I do and everything. That's a different matter. Anyway, normal Sudoku rules apply. Digits in a cage may not repeat. Also, in each of the 9 3x3 regions of the grid, there is exactly one killer cage that is lying. The small number provided is not the correct sum of digits in that cage. All other cages give the correct sum of their digits. Okay. So, now, there is a liar in each region. So, no problem, Karen. More than happy to promote anything community-based. So, we know that one of these 3 cages is lying, so this 12 cage is truthful. Let's use yellow for truth. We know one of these 4 cages is lying, so we know this 11 cage is truth. I'm not going to try and solve this as a speed run or anything. I just can't do this. We know one of these 5 cages is lying because... yeah, this box 9 is where to start, because the only 2 ways of making a 5 cage is 1 4 and 2 3, and we can't do a 1 4. So one of these 5 cages is lying. So we know the 24 cage is truth. So the 24 cage must be the 3 high Sudoku digits, which are 7, 8, and 9. So this is the 9 and this is the 8. I feel like I could do a better description because I'm not trying to rush through the puzzle. Now, we know one of these 3 cages is lying, so the 23 cage is truth. The highest digits you can do is 7, 8, 9, as described here. I have to lower one of those digits by 1. I can't lower the 8 or the 9, or I'd end up with a repeated digit. So this is 6, 8, 9. So I have to lower the 7, and this can't be the 8. So this is the 6, and this is an 8. That means there's an 8 in one of those. There could be an 8 in that 7 cage if it is a liar. I'm still not wrapping my head around this fully. Now, this is a low digit, but I don't know that this is not a lying cage. There is a 2, 3 in one of these cages, but still not wrapping my head around. Oh, there's no 1, 2 in this 3 cage because of the 2 2s looking at it. So this is the lying 3 cage. I'm going to make that blue. So this is the 1, 2, 3 cage and is truthful. Once I've got the liar, I can get rid of the yellow, I think. So this is the liar. Now, one of these is a 1, 3, and it can't be that one. So that's the liar. This is truthful. And this is the 1, 3, 4 cage. We know that one of these is a 2, 3 to be truthful. This can't be 2, 3 because of the 1, 3. So this is the 2, 3. Not that. That is not what I meant. This is now the liar. And this is, we knew that was truthful. Now, one of these has to be 1, 2. And it can't be that one because of the 2, 3. So this is the 1, 2, which is truthful. And this is the lying 3 cage. I'm not necessarily against help from chat, but if I'm in a flow, then I'm probably not going to look for it. And if I'm desperately in need of... Oh, thank you, David. Very much appreciated. If I'm looking for help from chat, then I will ask for it. But if you comment on something and then I don't immediately respond to it, then it's probably because I'm looking somewhere else. This 3, of course, resolves the 2 and the 3. We now know this is a triple, but we need... What is... Oh, I can ignore the 5 cage completely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. The 6 of here, of course, removes the 6 from here. Um, do do do. Oh, this is not a 4. I really do appreciate it, David. You have no idea how much. This one removes the 2 and the 1. There's something I'm tempted to say, but I'm worried it's going to bias people towards something, so I'm not going to say it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, and 7 go in there. There's no 5 there. I'm sure there's stuff I'm missing. So these have to sum to 9 to make the 11 cage the truth. I can't use 1, 8. I can't use 2, 7. I can't use 3, 6. This is a 4, 5 pair. So I know what this triple is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, and 9. Well, there's no 8 there. There's no 9 there. There's no 6 there because of the 4, 5, 6 triple. Yes, the ye olde likey button is always appreciated. Of course, this 3 has made this the 1 and this the 3. This is why I wanted to do a gas thing today. I feel my brain is mush. This still could be 2, 5, couldn't it? Well, one of these is a liar. I'm not sure which of these cages is a liar yet. Or am I? I know there's a 7. There's a 7 and a 2 in here. Oh, this is a 6 because of the 4, 5, 7. This is a 6. This is a 5. This is a 4. Now, these are now 1, 8, and 9. There's no 1 here. It's okay, Riff Clown. I don't think you were here for the rules explanation, so that would do that. These are 1, 2, 3, and 5. Now, this could be 2, 8 and make that true. Yes, the 10 cage has a 2 or it's a liar. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So this is the liar cage. I can't make this true because I can't put a 1 here. This cage here is the liar. So this is 2, 8. This is a 3. This is a 5. And maybe I do badly. I don't approach gas puzzles as there's got to be ridiculously easy things. I mean, I do assume that there's not going to be like X-Wings and stuff, but, you know, I don't. I just approach them as puzzles. I don't try and speed through them or anything. So I know there's a 2 in one of those. I should be ignoring this. I should be looking up here for a similar sort of deduction. But I don't seem to have as much. Like there's a... Oh, this is a 1 by Sudoku. Can't put 1 there, can't put 1 there. 1 is in one of those 2, and that 1 is making this a 1. Can that be a 6? Maybe. All I know is my gut tells me maybe. 2... Oh, 2 is in the box. 3 is in one of those 2 cells. This can't be a 5. So this is a liar. This cage right here is a liar because this would have to be a 5 and it's not. So this is a liar. Dirty, filthy little liar. Oh, this 1, of course, looks down. So that's the 9 and that's the 1. That's a very, very true statement. Thank you, Tom. July 27th. I'm not sure what the relevance of that is, Philip. I'm happy to take notice on why that's important. So this is a truthful cage. It's not 1, 9 or 2, 8. So it's either 3, 7 or 4, 6. And that can't be the 6, so that can't be the 4. So that's a 6, 7 pair. If middle cage has no 2, middle cage. I should look at this, because these have to sum to 9. This has probably been here for a bit. They can't be 1, 8. They can't be 2, 7. They can't be 3, 6. This is also a 4, 5 pair. Oh, cool. And this is resolved. This is the 4, this is the 5, which means this is the 5 and this is the 4. This 4 means this is the 7. There's no 7 here. This 5 now makes this 4 and this 5. 7 cages in box 6. Well, this can't be a 4. This is the lying cage. So these are truthful. So that's not a 7. If this is a 2, that's a 5, which I think is possible. Well, this can't... Okay, we can do something here. These are from 1, 5, 6, and 8. Now, this can't be a 1. If it was a 5, that would be a 2. If it's a 6, that's a 1, and it can't be an 8. This is 5 and 2. So there's no 5 in any of those. 1 is in one of these, but if that's a 1, that's a 6. If that's a 6, that's a 1, and this can't be an 8. This can't be... This is 1, this is 6, which means this is 9, this is 8, this is 6. The 1 and the 6 look down, making that the 8. That was a really smooth resolve that I completely missed. Thank you for pointing me in that direction. I think it was Hoosier. 1, 2, 3, no, 1, 2, 4, 7, and 9 go into those cells. And there's no 7 or 9 there. That's the 4. That's a 7, 9 pair, which I could have got from the column. Didn't. Coulda. Shoulda. Now this is... There is a 1 in it because of Sudoku, but it could still be a liar. I think. Column 1 looking profitable. Well, I know these 3 digits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9. So this is the 7 by Sudoku. This is a 6, 9. So this is a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 8. So there's no 3 there. There's no 4 there. Oh, there's no 8 there. That's a 4. This is a 3, 8 pair. 3, 8 pair. Now, if this is truthful... No, this can't be truthful. This is the liar. This is the dirty, filthy little liar. Because if this was a 3, this would be a 4, which it can't be. And if this is an 8, this is a -1, which it can't be for a completely different reason. Not because there's no -1 in the row, but because there's no -1 in the puzzle. Completely different concept. This is the liar. So this is a 1, 6. And we know the order because of that. This is the 1, this is the 6. This looks like making this the 2 and this the 1. This is now truthful, so that's the 2. Now this column needs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. So this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is a 9, which I could have got several ways but didn't. Oh, this is a 6. So this is the 7. This is the 3. This is the 6. This is the 7. Had all of that for a while. This is now the 9 and the 6. This row is missing an 8. These, oh, I could do that one first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is not the 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We'll use that 5 to make that 4 and that 5. Okay, let's look at this row, which is missing 3, 6, and 8. There's no 8 there. There's no 3 or 6 there. That's the 8. That's the 3. That's the 8. This is the 6. And now I'm down to a single box. No, I'm not. I am not yet down to a single box, but I can try and resolve columns. 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 and 7. So I'll use the 2 to make that 7 and that 2, which makes that 9 and that 7. Now I'm down to a single box. 3, I've got to put in a 4, which goes right there. Got to put in a 5, which goes there. And I put in a 9. And that is the correct solution to the puzzle. 20 minutes. So I'm not ridiculously quick. So, yeah, good fun. So, yeah, sorry, David, for not giving you enough of a call out then. I really, really do appreciate the cash. Actually, I'm going to say it at the moment. My mother is going to really appreciate the cash. Okay, so that was Liar Killer. Very nice little concept. I do like it. Okay, XV quads. Ooh, two of my favorite constraints. This is by Sam. Okay, so what do we have? I like that even since the counter, this proves that the gas puzzles are really, really popular. 362 solves on a puzzle that is over a year old. Um, that when the counter was only implemented, what, a couple of months ago? Really, really cool. Okay, normal Sudoku rules apply. If two cells are separated by an X or a V, then the numbers they contain add up to 5 or 10 respectively. I really want to get some consistent wording around this stuff. No, it's not going to affect the older puzzles. Numbers in a white circle must appear somewhere in the 4 cells around the circle. Again, the wording that I prefer must appear at least once in the 4 cells touching the circle, because drive home the possibility. I mean, it's not true in this puzzle, I don't think, of there possibly being duplicates. But anyway, yeah, let's give this a shot. So, we know anything on a V, and I'm absolutely going to take advantage of these, are 1, 2, 3, and 4, because they're the only ways of making up 5. They're 1, 2, 3, or 4. Now, we know there is a 3 on this quad, so in these 4 cells, and the others are 6, 8, and 9. So this has to be 3 and 2. It's just the way that's going to work. So these are 6, 8, and 9. These are 7, 8, and 9. It's, yeah, because I have to put a 3 around here somewhere, but I can't put a 6, 8, or 9 on a V. Now, can I do the same here? Because these have to be 3, 5, 6, 8. I can't put a 5, a 6, or an 8 on a V. This is the 3. This is a 2. I can do the same here. I can't put 5, 6, or 7 on a V. So this is a 4. This is a 1. This has to be 6, 7, 9, but it doesn't tell me what that is. But this does. This is 6, 7, 8. So this is 3 and this is 2. This is still 6, 7, 9 and this is 6, 7, 8. This is not great pencil marking. This being 6, 7, 8 means this is 4, 3, or 2, and it's not 3 or 2. So this is the 4, this is the 6. These two are not the 6. This is a 7, 8 pair. This means there's no 4 or 1 here. This is a 2, 3 pair. Now I have to put a 2 around here somewhere, but I'm not sure. It means it's not there. So 2 is in one of those 3, but there is a 2 around this quad. But if 2 was down here, I could put 2 up here, maybe? 2 is in one of those 2. I'm not 100% sure on that yet. Now, I know 5 is in one of those 3. I know 3 is in one of those 2. 3 is now in one of these 2, because 3 is in here, 3 is in here, 3 is in here. So these are 2, 3, 8, 9. That is the makeup of this quad. And this is not 2 or 3. This is an 8 or a 9 because of the 2, 3 pair looking at it. So this is a 7, 8, 9 because of the 2 here. And these are 2, 7, 8, 9. This is a 7, 8, 9 triple. This is very strange. These are 1 and 5? I know I'm missing stuff here, but this is absolute nuts. 5 is in one of those 2. So this is 6 or 7. And this is, well, this is 4. Because this has to be 3 or 4, because I can't put 5 on an X and the 4 is here. So these are 5, 6, 7. That can't put 5 on the X because this would have to be a 5. 6, 7 makes this 3, 4, and it sees a 3. This is 4, this is 6. These are now 5 and 7. There's all sorts of stuff I could be looking here. This means this is not 6. 6 is in one of those two. 7, 8 quads in box 7, 9. 7, 8 quads. Right. This is a 9. Because the 7 in those means I can't put 7 in those or 7 in those. 7 has to be in those. And because this is now a 6, 7 pair, this is the 9. There's all sorts of stuff like that I could be looking at, and I'm probably looking at it the wrong way still. 7 is in here and in here. So 7 can't be in here or in here, and because this is a 2, 3, 8, 9, that is a 7. Which means this is a 3, 7 pair, because I can't put 7 in here, but it has to go on the quad with the 3. This is a 3, 7 pair, and this is a 9. This is weird. I like it, though. I like it a lot. Now, this is 2, 3, 8, 9, so I know what these are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are 1, 5, and 6. Oh, okay. Thing is, often pointing out what something is and trying to figure out what someone is saying can be really, really tricky. 7, 8 quads on box 7, 9. Okay, I'm still confused about what it... Okay. This is sending me all over the place, and I'm loving it. So there's no 9 in those, so this is the 9. The 7, 8 looks back, making this the 6 and this the 7. There's stuff all over the place in this puzzle. It's absolutely nuts. In a good way. Now, this is a low digit, because this is 6, 8, 9. So this is 1, 2, or 4, and it's not 1. So this is not 9. This is 2 or 4. 5, 6, 8 in here. This is... Hang on, there's no 6 on this quad. Why am I even trying to put 6 on this quad? This is 1, 5, 8, 9. There's no 6 here. This is the 6. This is now an 8, 9. And of course, the 8's lining up here and here meant there was no 8 in here. So the 8 always had to be up here. This is 1 or 2. And because of the 2, this is 1, this is 9, this is 8. Well, 8, which means this is 9. There's no 9 in here. There's no 8 here. This is the 2, 3 pair. So this is the 8. This is absolutely nuts. There's no 9 here now. So 9 is in one of those two. This is a 7, 8 pair, which means that's not the 8. 8 is in one of those two. This is crazy. This 6 means this is not 6. I know I've done quad puzzles like this, but the bouncing in this... Hang on. I've got no... Yeah, the 3, 7 looks down. That's the 2. That's the 3. That's the 2. I have definitely done quad puzzles like this, but this is absolutely crazy. These are 7, 8, 9. And the 7, 8 pair makes that the 9, which makes that the 1. This is not the 9. This 9 looks up making that the 6, that the 8, that the 9. There's stuff everywhere that I am sure I am missing. I am absolutely certain of that. These are 5, 6, and 8. But there's no 6 in those. So that's the 6. This is a 5, 8 pair. So I know what these are, don't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But I can't put 6 here. So this is the 6. This is a 2 or a 4. And I know it's a 2 because of the X to the 8. This 1, of course, looks down, making this 5 and this 1. This digit is now known in the column. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is a known pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 6, 7, 8, 9. This 4, of course, will have to type it correctly. Sudoku pad still can't read my mind, no matter how much I ask Sven to fix that. This is the 8 and this is the 7. This is the 7 and this is the 8, which means this is the 7 and this is the 8. This is a pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One hopes. It is a sand puzzle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are 3, 4, and 6. There's no 4 there. Right place to look, I imagine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1 and 8. So this is 1, this is 8, this is 5, this is 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 4, and 9. Well, there's no 2 in any of those. So that's the 2. This is a 4, 9 pair. That 4 makes that 9 and that 4. I know sometimes I over-explain. I've been watching Mark solve a lot recently, and Simon has been doing it a lot more recently, where he'll just get to the end of a puzzle and just put digits in. And honestly, I get to the point where in the last 10 minutes of their solves, I just turn off because I just can't follow it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's like, okay, at this point, it's just Sudoku, and I'm not following what you're doing, so this is not fun anymore. 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. 3 and 6 look down, making that the 5. And not seeing that yet. Oh, this 4 looks up, meaning that's a 3, 6 pair. So this is a known triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are 2, 5, and 7. There's a 5, 7 there. So that's a 2. There's no 2 there. That 5 makes that the 7 and that the 5. These are 1 and 4, which is all that's left in the box. I'm in the wrong mode again. 1 and 4, and that 1 makes that the 4 and that the 1. I'm not telling them off for solving that way if that's what they're enjoying. If you're not enjoying what you're doing, don't do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is a 9 for the row. This row is missing 1, 2, and 3. That 2 there makes that the 3 and that the 2. And this box is missing a 1. The row was also missing a 1, but do it the way that works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is an 8. Now, this 6, of course, made this the 3, which made this the 5. This box is now missing a 1. The 5 looks across, making this the 3, which looks down, making this the 6. This is not a 3 or a 6, so it's a 4. This box is missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 3 looks down, making this the 6, and this becomes the 3, and that finishes the puzzle. 363 solves in however long the tracking has been live. This is amazing for a puzzle that's a year old. Thank you, Casey. And the other thing I try and focus on is the fact that often when people say I'm missing something, it's just that I'm focusing on something else first. Sometimes I'm missing something. I've got a puzzle coming up where I think for like 25 minutes, I'm just sitting here going, there's nothing here. And then when I spot it, which I actually end up kind of casing the puzzle, I end up putting in an option and solving for quite a while until it breaks. And then I go, okay, how would I have spotted that break? And then I find the logic that was intended because I know where I'm looking for a break. And it's not an elegant solve, but then I find what the elegant solve would be and explain it. And you see the way I discover it and everything. And it's not a great solve on my part, but I missed it. And you see how you could find the elegant logic when you can't see it. I don't think it's not a beautiful solve of the puzzle, but I really do. I just like try an option until it breaks, and then I turn around and say, how could I have spotted that? And then I see the nice logic that's there, and I mea culpa. It's like I didn't see that. But I do discover it. I just don't discover it in a fantastic way. That's coming up in a few days. Okay. Now we're up to Philip's birthday puzzle. Philip is way younger than me. Okay. So, I'm a man, I'm 40. I am not 40. Philip apparently was. So happy birthday for a month ago, where Philip apparently turned 41. Don't tell that to my mother, Ratfinks. If she thought she was younger than me, there would be some chronological discussions to have. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Digits along thermometers must strictly increase from the bulb to the tip. So, uh, I don't really explain the rules in these gas puzzles. I think the rules are fairly self-explanatory. Yeah, so hopefully we will go from there. 729. Born. Oh, yep, on the 29th of the 7th. So what this tells me is that Philip is American. 9876543. So these are 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. I don't mind pencil marking. 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8. And I'm assuming this is right. This can't be 7. This can't be 7. I'm terrible at this sort of thing. So there's a 1, 2, 3 here, which seems interesting for this. So this is a 9, isn't it? That's just a 9. Because I'm not putting 9 partway along a thermo. I'm not putting it in a bulb, and there's two 9s looking at those two cells. That is just a 9. So this is an 8. This is a 6. This is a 5. This is a 4. This is a 3. This is a 2. This is a 1. This is not a 1. So this is not a 2. This is not a 3. This is not a 4. This is not a 5. This is not a 6. This is not a 7. I think people here are probably familiar enough. Oh, this is now 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. I think people are familiar enough with thermos to probably understand that. And yeah, I could have started with, where is 9 in box 6? Could have also got me there because I couldn't put it in any of those or at the start of the thermo. Yep. But that was clean. That was nice and clean. Okay. Now, one is in one of those two. Actually, this is a 1-3 pair, isn't it? That's a 1-3 pair. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, and 6. These are 1, 2, and 8. There's no 2 in either of those. That's the 2, and this is a 1-8 pair. I'm playing with stack 3 because I can. I'm probably running out of options on stack 3 at the moment, but yeah, I'm probably running out of options on stack 3. Okay, so I probably want to look over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is an 8 or a 9 because it's at least 6, but it can't be 6 or 7. I know 6 is down here. I know 7 is down here. Right. 987654. So this is 2 or 4. That's interesting because it can't be 1 or 3. That's interesting. So 97654 2. And this is 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. That puts 2 in one of those two. This is a triple now. except it's kind of not. What I was saying is that's a 4. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There's no 6 there. There's no 7 there. There's no 8 there. Eight in row 4. 8 is not there. Right, yeah, that's an 8 because I have to put 8 in row 4 because 8 is in here now and 8 is already in this box. 8 is in one of those two, and if that was an 8, this would be 9 and 10, and I can't make that work. So that is an 8. That's cool. 8 is now... There's options. I know 9 is in one of those two. What are these? These are 2, 4, 6, and 9. Well, this is not 2 or 9. It's 4 or 6. So this is... Well, this has to be lower than 6. So it's 3, 4... No, not 2, 3, 4. 3, 4, or 5. But it's not 4 or 5. That is a 3. That's very cool. I like that. This is not 4. That was very elegant. I like that. Now, this is 5, 8, or 9, because it has to be higher than 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, but it's not 6 or 7. Now, these are 1, 7, 9. There's no 1 there. There's no 9 there. That's 7. This is very cool. So this is 8 and 9. This is not 7. This is the 7. This is not 6. This is the 6. Which means this is not 6. This is so cool. And no, I'm not sucking up to Philip. I don't like him that much. That's a joke, sort of. One in box 5 pairs up with 2. Ah, yeah. So 1 and 2 is here, so I can't put them here, and I can't put them in any of those. So this is a 1, 2. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. There's no 7 there, so 7 is in one of those two. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 6. And there's a 6 here. So this is the 1. This is the 6. That looks back to here. 8 and 1. This is 6. Which means this is 7. This is 8. There's no 7 here. This is a 5, 6 pair. I hope I've got a good enough relationship with the community that I can joke with people like Philip. If I'm wrong, then I just offended someone, and I didn't mean to do that. I was trying to be funny. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are 5 and 7, and I've got 5s and 7s to use to disambiguate. I've got 1 here that looks like making this 3 and 1. Oh, this 5 looks like making this 4 and 5. I kind of want to interrupt the flow of the puzzle to talk about the discussion that happened on one of the CTC videos recently about when Simon discovered that the pencil mark checker was turned on. And he said, oh, that's cheating. And there were a whole bunch of comments along the lines of, it's not cheating, it's just a tool and everything. I agree. I don't think it's cheating, but I don't like using it. I find when I'm solving, particularly on camera, I actually find it distracting. I will use it if I get stuck, but when I'm not stuck, I don't like using it. So yeah, people who say, oh, you'd find things faster. Yes, I would, but I actually don't enjoy the solving experience with the pencil mark checker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1 and 9. This 9 makes this the 1 and this the 9. And I keep saying that this is supposed to be fun. So this is 2, 4, 6. There's a 4 here. So this is a 2, 6, which means this is the 9, which means this is the 8. So I kind of agree with Simon that I don't think using it is good for me, or possibly for him. If he doesn't enjoy it, I don't think he should use it. But I don't think it's cheating. I think cheating is the wrong word. Where am I looking? Oh, this 9, of course, makes this 1 and this 9. Column six. Oh, I've resolved column six. Sorry. Okay, what do we got here? 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've actually found it's easier for me to scan if I start looking in entropy. So I've started using entropy in my scanning, and I think it's helped me speed up. Like I can see 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 quite quickly. So I can see these are 1, 2, and 3, and then I can see the 2. Um, I'm not sure why that is, but I've actually found it's helped a bit. Because when I'm scanning for the digits, if I scan in sets of 3, I've just found it's faster for me. So I can see that these are 4 and 8. Um, doesn't always work. The 1, of course, makes this the 3 and this the 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a 5. These are 2, 3, and 4. I've got 2, so this is the 2 because of those. The 3, 4, that 3 makes that 4 and that 3. This has to be a 4. These two digits are 1, 2, 3, and 8. And these two digits are 5 and 9. And that 9 makes that the 5 and that the 9. The 5 looks up making that the 6 and that the 5. The 6 looks up making that the 2 and that the 6. The 2 looks down making that the 1 and that the 2. The 1 looks up making that the 3 and that the 1. The 3 looks all the way down making that the 8 and that the 3. And the 8 looks all the way up making that the 4 and that the 8. And that is the solution to I'm a man, I'm 40. I don't feel either of those things most of the time. So perfectly reasonable. And as I said, I think you've all seen me do it if you've watched many of my videos where, I mean, I don't get stuck too often, I don't think, but when I get really stuck, I will turn on the pencil mark checker and go, have I missed something? And when I'm test solving, or particularly if I'm test solving for someone else or anything, I will do that. It's like, is this me missing a key element of logic, or am I just missing something in my scanning? And if I'm missing something in my scanning, that's on me and not on the puzzle. If I'm missing a key piece of logic, then I can reach out to the setter and go, what's the deduction here? And those are different things in testing feedback. If I'm just missing scanning, that's completely on me, and I don't need to reach out to the setter and go, huh? Yeah, and for that, it's a great tool. But if I'm using it when I'm just doing principal testing, then I often will find that the pencil mark checker will mean that any of those deductions are kind of eliminated from me, and I may not pick up some of the pointing stuff, and some of those pairs may get resolved in ways that the flow may not come through. I find sometimes it can hide the elegance. Um, yeah, the word cheating, when he turned around and said, "Oh, that's cheating," it kind of felt a little. It's a bit rough. Yeah, I'm really glad that it exists as a tool. I really, really am. Okay, next puzzle. Because you are mostly here for puzzles, not for hearing me rant. But I just want see 300 solves on a year-old puzzle when the counter has only existed for a year. This gas series is stunning, and I still point people at this. Okay. Um, as I said, there's a whole bunch of stuff that I point people at. I point people at some of the adventure series. I point people at the packs that have been created by Skunkworks. I point people at the Akash Delani books, at the Ashish Kumar enthralling Sudoku stuff. The gas series has the advantage of and with all of that stuff, they all come with caveats, as you will find puzzles in this, even the gas series, where they don't, you will hit something where it's just like, I don't understand. That will happen. Move on. There'll be another puzzle. The cage total tool, I try and use less unless I'm using bigger and bigger cages. Like if there's like a 4 cell cage, it's like I'm not going to try and remember those digits. And if I've already got a couple of digits or a digit in it, then I will try and say, well, the rest of the digits need to sum too, and then I'll try and not use it as much. But using the killer cage calculator is a good one. Using the digit sum thing is something that I will also try and use. I find that quite useful. Now, extra regions. This stuff normally breaks my brain. Riff Clown is the master of irregular and extra region stuff. Sotek and Virtual are also people who I regularly reach out to for help when I'm trying to set or solve these things. Let's see how I go. So, for example, I know this 5 needs to exist somewhere in this box. So these are actually, yeah, this is a gas level one, I think. This 5 needs to exist somewhere in this box. I can't put it in its cage. I can't put it in its row, and this cell is already taken. That is a 5. This 8 can't exist in its cage, can't exist in its column, and that cell is already taken. That is an 8. So this stuff is given. This 9 can't go into those cells or those cells, and that cell is taken. That's a 9. This 4 can't go in those cells. The row is full, and that the cell is taken. That is a 4. This is just going to repeat through. I love the way extra regions and stuff works, but this one is just gimmies. This 7 can't go in its cage. It can't go in its row. The 8 is full, so that is the 7. This becomes the 6. It's just the same logic. This is the 1, and this is the 4. So that is just all gimmies. Now, this cell now has to be, well, it's not 4 and it's not 1, so it's 2 or 3. And this cell is 2 or 3. So these are the 2, 3. These are the 6, 7, because these can't be those digits, so they have to be from those, and they're not 5, 8. These 2 cells can't be those, and they can't be 4, 9, so these are 1, 5. And these can't be 6, 7, they have to be from those, so these are 3, 8. Now, that was cool, and now I've just got to see what to do with it. 6 in box 6. Right. 2 6s, 6 is in one of those. This is the 6 because 6 has to be in one of those, but that 6 sees that one. So this is the 7. I can probably, there might be something else like that, but I haven't seen it yet. I have some naughty black digits in box 5. This is, oh, right, this 2 looks up making this the 3 and this the 2. The 3 looks down making this the 8 and this the 3. Is there a way of resolving this yet? Do not know. Ah, yes, this 5 makes this the 1 and this the 5. And now I think we're just down to Sudoku. This is a 2 by Sudoku. 1 is in one of those. And that was because of these 2s. I had to put 2 in here somewhere. This is a triple. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 7, and 8. And there's no 1 in either of those 2. So this is the 1, this is the 7, this is the 8. This is a triple. 1, 2, 3, 5, and 7. There's a 5, 7 in that column already. So that's the 3. The 5, 7 means that's the 5 because of that 7, and that's the 7. This is now a pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And there's a 7 here, so that's the 4, and that's the 7. This is a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 3, 4. There's a 1, 4 there. That's the 3. This is a 1, 4. Not sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 8, 9. There's no 8 there. I'm missing something. These are 2, 5, and 9. And there's no 2 there. Okay, looking in the wrong place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 9 go there, but there's a 6. So that's the 9 and that's the 6. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, and 9. Is that right? So this is 2 and this is 9. And now I'm down to triples in these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's no 5. There's no 3. Why do I feel I'm missing something terribly? 1, 5, 1, 6, and 8. So this is a 6 because of the 1, 8 in the row. This triple? 1, 7, and 8. And there's a 7, 8 in the box. This is the 1. This is the 8. This is the 7. This is the 1. These are 3 and 9 for the row, I believe. This 3 makes this the 9 and this the 3. This 9 jumps up, making this the 5, which makes this the 9. I had a 5-9 pair here for a while, which made this the 2, which means this is not the 2. This is a pair, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8. There's a 6 here, which makes this 8 and 6. I really did enjoy the pink puzzles. I was just thinking about given digits and the fact that they're black. And I did find scanning the pink given digits so much easier. The 2, 4, and 9. 2 and 9. So this is the 4. And this 9 makes this 2 and this 9. 9. This 1, of course, makes this 4 and this 1. And now I'm just resolving, aren't I? So what is this? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are 2, 7, and 8. There's a 2, 8 here, so this is the 7. The 2, 8 is resolved by that 8, making that 2 and that 8. The 2 looks back, making this 3, 5, and 2. This row needs a 1. This row needs a 5? Yeah, that's a 5. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 9. I'll use that 4 to make that the 9 and that the 4. This is not 9. Oh, neither of those are 9. I'll use that 5 to make that 8 and that 5. 8 minutes. So I'm never earning much in the way of hats, but I like dinosaurs. Hey, Sudoku Dragon, and what is it? Widorio? Widow Irio of Doom? That's a really cool nickname. If I've missed saying hello to anyone, it was not deliberate. That was a really fun one. I like that one. So the next one is also an extra region puzzle, but it's extra region rather than extra regions. So we'll see how that one goes. Now, this one is by Sam, so I expect it's going to be a little bit more tricky. Okay. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Each number must appear exactly once amongst the grey cells. Yep, extra region. Okay. So I can see 2 is in one of those by Sudoku. Not sure how to scan this thing yet. So I can see 7 is in one of those 2 because I can't put 7 in any of these cells. So 7 is in one of those 2. Row 2, column 8 needs to put some clothes on. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. That absolutely is true. So this is 1, 8, or 9 because it sees 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's 1, 8, or 9. This is a 5 because of the 5s looking into the box. So this is a 5. This is a 7. So this is a triple, which is 1, 2, and 4. But I can't put 2 into the grey cell because of that. There's no 2 there. So this is the 2. This is a 1, 4. Wait. BremSter is an idiot. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, and 6. Well, there's no 2 there. and there's no 2 there. So this is still a 2, but this is a 1-6 pair, which is way more accurate. Now this 6 tells me this is the 1 and this is the 6. Now this is not the 1 anymore, and it's an 8-9. That is less of a faux pas. Now, the 6s now turn around and say, this is a 6. This is now a pair, which is, this is not a 2. This is the 2. And these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, not 5. 1 and 9. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 and 9. And this 1, of course, tells me that that's the 9 and that's the 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This can be an 8. Does it have to be? Probably. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and there's no 2 there. This is a 3 or a 4. This is not a 3. But these are 1, 5, and 9, and there's no 1 there. There's no 5 there. This row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7, and this 5 looks up, meaning that's the 7 and that's the 5. Probably scanning terribly. I mean, that's just what I do. 6, 8, and 9. There's no 6 there or there. So this is the 6. And now I've got an 8, 9 pair, both in the column and in the grey cells. So this looks interesting to me, because these are 6, 7, 8, 9, and this is not 8 or 9. Because those are an 8, 9. Three is in one of those two, but that's not really making me feel particularly happy about the state of affairs. I like looking for triples. Triples make me happy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 4, and 8. That's not 1. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are also 6, 7, 8, 9, and there's no 8, 9 in there. So I've got a 6, 7 pair in the column. That's kind of cool. Does it do anything? But now, this is a 3 or a 4. And it's a 3. Because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is the 3, this is the 4, which means this is 2, this is 3. I've no idea if that was the intended way to get it, but it's cool. Yeah, that's very cool. I like that. Now, what did that do for the state of affairs? Well, it means this is a pair, isn't it? This is a 1, 2 pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 8. This is a 1, 2 pair, and this one makes this the 2 and this the 1. This is good fun. This is now a 9, so this is a 5 and this is a 1. Is it? No. What? Huh? That's a 3, isn't it? No, it's not a 3. I've already got a 3 in the column. What is I missing from this column? 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9. So that's a 7. And this is 4, 8, 9, which means I've got a 4, 8, 9 triple. This is the 1. This is not the 1. This is not an 8. I'm doing okay, Logan. Thank you. I feel like I must be as boring as hell at the moment because I'm completely flabbergasted by what I'm supposed to be doing right now. This is not a 5, so 5 is in one of those two, but there's a 5 here. So this is the 5. This is an 8, 9 pair. So what is this triple? 1, 2, this is 4, 8, and 9? There's no 8 there. There's no 9 there. This is a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 9. So there's a 7 in one of those two, and it's not in there because of the 6, 7. This is the 7, and this is a 4, 9. So there's no 7 in either of those. There's a 4 in... These are 4, 6, 8, and 9. Okay, I'm looking for something way too complex here. I need to find something simpler. This quadruple. 4, 6, 8, 9. Well, there's no 9 in either of those. So these are 4, 6, 8. So 6 is in one of those two. But it's not there. That's not 6. This is 6. So 6 is not in either of those two. That's a 4-8 pair, which means that's 9, that's 4, that's 8, that's 9, that's 8, that's 4, that's 8. There's no 8 in either of those, so that's 4. So because of this triple, this is now 8. This is 9, this is 8. This is 4, this is 9. There's no 9 in either of those. These are 1, 3, 4. There's no 1 there. There's no 4 there. There's no 1. This is 4. This is 3. This is 1. This has got to be resolvable. I just haven't seen it yet. Oh, this 8 makes this 7, this 6, this 8. The 6 looks down, making this 7, 9, and 6. And these, I need to put a 3. I need to put a 4. And this is the 9. Puzzle doesn't include solution, but that seems to be correct to me. That was very cool. There were some scanning tricks on that one. I really like this 3-4. That was really, really nice. Yeah, very cool. And that ends July. I've finally made it to August. I am not going to get up to the point where I'm less than a year behind, though. Speaking of years, in about a week, a bit over a week, I'll be hitting the 2-year anniversary of the channel, which just blows my mind. I've been doing this for 2 years. By far the biggest project I've ever worked on in my life. So 347 solves. This is just cool. Okay, Around and Around by Philip Newman. Normal Sudoku rules, digits on arrows must sum to the circle total. Okay, so this is either... Okay, let's just use the more obvious ones. This is a 1-2 pair. Okay. Now, this has to be 2-3 because I can't use 1-4, and the only way to make 5 is 1-4 or 2-3. So this is 2-3, which means 2 is in one of those two, because I can't put 2 in any of those cells. Now, this can't be 1-7 or 3-5. So this is 2-6, which means 2 is in one of those two. Ah, there's a 5 in this box. You know, I was looking around and I was going, okay, where are the digits that I can't use on arrows? And I was completely and utterly missing the digit. So the digits that had become invisible weren't these ones. It was the ones that were in arrow circles. So I'd looked at this and said, well, I could use 1-5 or 2-4, completely missing the fact that the 5 was in the arrowhead in the same region. The fact that it was in the head of the arrow or the circle of the arrow had made it invisible to me. That was just crazy. 1 second. Sorry about that. So this has to be 2 and 4. Now, is there more tricks like that I can use? Probably. I just haven't seen them. I will confidently state this can't be 3 and 3. Now, these are all different, but I'm not sure if that's actually helping me. there's a second 6 with no 5. That 6 can't have a 5 on it because of those 5s. This is actually just a 5 by Sudoku. So this is not 1, 5, this is 2, 4, and we know the order. This is the 4, this is the 2 because of that 2. So this is 1 and this is 2. So this is 3 and this is 2, which means this is 6 and this is 2. Now that means that's not 2, this is 2, so this is 3. These are going to come into play quite soon, I think. Now, 2 is in one of those two cells and one of those two cells. Now, that's a little bit interesting to me. But not in a way that is actually... Huh. Huh. 1 is in one of those two. 1 is in one of those two. One can't be there. There is quite a lot of 5s. So 5 is in one of those two, which means 5 is in one of those two. There's no 2 on this. This is 1, 4. Yep, that's the thing I'd missed. I said that that couldn't be 1. I knew this could be, but I knew that couldn't be because that would have put 4 there, which would have conflicted there. I hadn't quite matched those two. Yeah, the 2 here is what forced that, and I hadn't quite processed that to its logical conclusion. I hadn't concluded. Now, 4 is in one of these two cells now, because by Sudoku it's in one of these 3, but if it's there, it's there. So 4 is in one of those. 6 is in one of those. 6 is in here, actually, because 6 can't be here or here. And if I put 6 here, it reflects there. And if I put 6 there, it reflects there, which also doesn't work. This is a 6, so this is a 4. So this row is starting to get very constrained. 1, 3, 7, and 8. Now this can't be a 3. That can't be a 1. That can't be a 3. That can't be a 1. That can't be an 8, because that of that, this is 1 or 7. So this is 1 or 7. So there's a 1 or a 7 up here, but it could be E. Hang on a minute. This has to be here. So this is a 1 or a 7. This is turning into a colouring puzzle, and I hate those. So this digit is one of those two. This digit is one of those two. This is quite restricted because I can't put a 1 in either of those cells and I can't put a 2 in either of those cells. So it's if it's 3, 6, it's 3. No, it can't be 3, 6 because I can't put 6 in either of these cells. This is 4, 5. This is 5 and 4, which means this is 4, which means 4 is up in one of those two. This is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 1, 3, 7, and 8. There's no 3 there. So 3 is right there. 1, 7, 8. I'm scanning terribly on this puzzle. There's something about this puzzle that is just making it impossible for me to scan it properly. And that's on me. That's not on the puzzle. There's a 9 in one of those two. One's into box 9. Well, these two ones put 1 into... this is a 1. So this is a 7. This is an 8. This is a 7. 7 now has to go up here, but if I put 7 here, it reflects to here, and that's a problem. This is a 7. This is a 1. Thank you. There's no 7 in any of those. This is a 3-8 pair, so this is the 1. This is not the 1. 1 is now in one of those ones, but it can't be here because then it would reflect there. So 1 is in one of those, but this one means it's not there, and this is the 1. Cool. This is now a 1-9 pair, and that 1 resolves. That is the 9, and that is the 1. So 9 is now in one of those two. Row 5, column 3 can't be a 3. If this was a 3, this would be a 3, and that's broken. So this is the 8. This is an 8. This is a 3. Yep, very cool. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is a 9, so this is a 9. We now know these are 2 and 3, but that can't be a 3. So this is 2, this is 2, this is 3. And now we're just down to Sudoku. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 go into there. There's no 6 there. There's no 8 in either of those, so that's the 8. This 6 looks down, making that the 7 and that the 6. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 9 going to there. The 9 makes that the 3 and that the 9. This is a weird puzzle. Like it a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are 8 and 9. I'll use that 8 to make that 9 and that 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9, but there's no 9 in. Wow, I'm having trouble with my mouse. 7 and 6. These are 1, 2, 3, and 8. There's a 3 there. 8 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7. There's a 7 there, so 5 and 7. I've got to be close to resolving this now, don't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 is restricted in box 7. Yeah, I think I've just got that. Sorry about rushing ahead, but as I said at the beginning of the stream, when I'm in a flow, I won't even look at chat, and that's not that I'm trying to ignore anyone. I'm just trying to solve a puzzle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 9. I've got a 6, which makes that 9 and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because I've got the high digits, and I've got a 5, so 4 and 5. The 4 looks across, making this 6 and 4, and I'm down to a single box. Need to put in a 4. It's there because of the 4s looking into the box. Need to put in a 5. It's not there, and it's not there, so that's the 5. I've got a 6, so these are 7 and 8, and I'll use that 7 to make that the 8, and that the 7, and that is the correct solution to Around and Around. Very, very cool. I have no idea where I started. I think I started with Liar Killer. So I've only done 6 puzzles in, I have no idea how long this stream has been running. Hour and 20 minutes. Yeah, it's not too bad. Okay. This is a between puzzle. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Also, digits along a line must be in between the digits in the circles on the ends of the line. Digits can repeat on a line and don't have to be in any particular order. Not every possible digit has to appear on a line. For instance, if the digits contain 2 and 7, the line could consist of 3, 4, and 6. Yeah, okay. Normal between lines. Cool. Okay. So, for example, we know this has to be from 3 and 4. And this has to be from 3, 4, 5, and it's not 4. Huh. There's some interesting stuff going on here. So these digits, for example, are only from 2, 3, 4, and 5. And there's no 2, 5 here because there's a 2, 5 in the... No, there's no 2, 5 here. So this is a 3, 4 pair, which is kind of cool. So this has to be higher than... This has to go up from 4 because this can't be 1, 2, or 3, or 1 or 2. So it can't go down. So this has to be at least 6. But I'm not sure that that's doing much. Two cannot go between 1 and 4. Right, that's the 3. Okay. There's no 3 here, and there's no 4 here. So this is 4 or 5. And this is 7 or 8, and so that's 8. This is a weird way of doing... A very weird way of doing it. Normally with the between line, you look at the positions of 1s and 9s, but that doesn't look quite as fruitful here. The position of 9s might be useful in this puzzle. Like, that is a 1. Like, that cell right there is a 1. Because you can never put a 1 on a line. I mean, partly because it has to be between 2 and 7. And by Sudoku, 1 is in one of those digits. So that's a 1, which means 1 is in one of those two. But, eh? No, 1 is in one of those two. 1 is in one of those two. But again, like this 3, 4, 5, and these are 3, 4, 5, and 6. These are less restricted. I mean, they're also from 3, 4, 5, and 6. So these are from 3, 4, and 6, but that isn't actually as restricted because there's only 2. But this is a quadruple. Now, this is not 3 or 6. So I've still got the 4, 5 pair, which makes this the 2, which takes 2 out of those. And now I've got a 3, 4, 5 triple, which means 4 is... Wow, 4 is in here. This becomes the 3, this becomes the 4, which means this is a 4, 5 pair, and this is a 3. That's nuts. There's no 3 here. That's absolute nuts. There's no 3, 4 here. So now I've got a 5, 6 pair. This is absolute nuts. That's so... This is an 8 or a 9 now. Because it sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Three in the row 7 quad now. Right, that's a 4, 5, 6. So this is a 3. But, which means that's a 3. Now this has to be a 7, an 8, or a 9 now. I'm not ridiculously surprised at that, but as a between line concept, the way this just opened up was just like, okay, that was a little surprising. This is now a 5 because 5 is not in those cells or those cells, and this is a 1, and the 4-5 pair looks up. So this is just a 5, which means 5 is in one of those two. Unfortunately, I think both of those are possible. But it also means 5 is in one of those two, which, again, seem to be possible. But do I have an issue with 5? I can't tell. Three in box 4. 3 is not in those. 3 is not in those. 3 is not there. 3 is in one of those two. So this is not a 3. This is not a 3 because of that 3. This is a 3. Now I still need to put 4 in this box, and it's not there, and it's not in either of these. So it's in one of those two. So this is the 4. So this is 2 or 5. This is an 8 or a 9 because it sees 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So this is 8 or 9. You think I can eliminate the 5, 6 between the 3, 5? Hang on, which 3, 5? Between the 3, 5. Hang on, which... Between 3 and 5. Oh, right. This is now 5 because 5 can't go in those cells. So this is 5. This is not 5. This is 5. This is, I mean, this is absolutely stunning. I'm having trouble wrapping my head around it, but that's okay. Um, it, it's just weird. Okay, this 4. See this 4. This, of course, has made this 5 and 4 a long time ago, which made this 6, which made this 5 and this 4, which made this 5, which made this 6. And that's been there for, I don't know how long, ages. And I don't think that's put any restriction on the line, and I'm not seeing yet how to resolve this. So this is now a 6 by Sudoku because of these given 6s. So these are 7, 8, 9. That is not 7. So 7 is in one of those two, which means this is the 7, which means this is a 7 by Sudoku. 7 is not in any of those. So 7 is in one of those two, which means 7 is in one of those two. Right. These are 1, 2, 8, and 9. No. Ugh. No, this makes no sense to me at all. Thank you, Sotek. Did I mention that I was not braining today? These are 6, 8, and 9. There's no 8 there. There's no 6 there. So 6 is in one of those two, which means one of these has to be a 6. And I'm not putting a 6 there for some reason because of that. So this is 6 and 7. So this is an 8, 9 pair in the box. What is going on with this? These are now 1 and 2, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is 1. This is 2. These are 7, 8, 9. There's no 8 here. This is bonkers. There's a 1 in here. This is 1, 8. Because I know there's 9 in one of those and 9 in one of those. This is just... This is a 6. I know I'm looking all over the place, but this is a 6 because this 6 knocks it out of there and this 6 knocks it out of there. So this is a 6. So these are 7, 8, 9. So 7 is in one of those two. This is an 8 or a 9. So this being 7, 8, 9 means I know this is the 1. There's a 2 in one of those two. I feel if this is an 8, that's a 9. So, because these are from 2, 3, 8, and 9. Now, there's no 9 or 3 here. There's no 3 here. So this is a 3. Well, that's unhelpful. Well, this is an 8, 9. So this is the 2. This is the 8. This is the 9. This is the 8. So this is the 9. This is the 8. There's no 8 here. This is a 6, 9 pair. Have I got this wrong? I keep saying this. You know how sometimes you get a feeling on a puzzle where you've just got it really, really wrong? You're welcome, Karen. This 6 looks up making this 9 and this 6. The 9 looks up saying that's not 9. So the 9 is in one of those two. Row 7, column 4. I think I just used that. Need to put a 2 in one of those, I think. So what are these? These are 2 and 4? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, these are 2 and 4, and there's a 4 there. So this is the 2, this is the 4. This is not a 2. This is 7, 8, 9. It's not 8. So there's a 7, 9 pair. This is 8. This is not 8. 7, 9 pair makes that 2 and that 7. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these are 1 and 2. So the 2 makes this 1 and this 2. So this is 8, this is 9, this is 1. The 8 looks up making that 9, that 7, that 9, that 7. This is not 7. The 8, 9 looks back making that 7. This is the 8. These, no, that's not the 1. This is the 1, this is the 9, this is the 2 by pencil marks. The 9 looks up making that 8 and that 9, and this box just needs an 8. The way that you got those pairs and triples on those between lines at the start of this was absolutely nuts and gorgeous. And then I just struggled with the scanning. But that was absolutely bonkers nuts. Loved it. There's been some stunning puzzles in this series. Okay. What comes next? Consecutive pairs. Yeah, love that one. That was so cool. Okay. Normal Sudoku rules apply. If two cells are separated by a white dot, they must contain consecutive numbers. Pairs of cells without a dot may or may not contain consecutive numbers. And this is why I absolutely am very happy that I love this CC yeah, I'm really wanting to clarify this. I definitely am happy that people declare that. I do not want that to go away. Anyway. Okay, so am I going to parody color this? Not yet. Because I know down here these are going to alternate parity. But I could put 3... Actually, I can't put 3 odds on that. Because if I put 3 odds on that, they'd be 1, 5, and 7, and that's not a run. So those have to be 4, 6, and 8. So do I need to explain that? So because these are a run of consecutive digits, these have to alternate odd, even, odd, even, odd. So these are all the same parity. Now, if these were odd, because 3 and 9 is already gone, they'd have to be from 1, 5, and 7. And I cannot connect 1, 5, and 7 without using the 3. 1 and 5 will not connect. I connected the 5 and 7, but I cannot connect the 1 and the 5. So these have to be even. But if I was to use 2, the only way I can connect 2 to another even number is with 2, 3, 4, and I don't have the 3. So these are 4, 6, and 8, and I have to put the 6 in the middle. These are 4 and 8. And it'll be 4, 5, and 7 in the middle. And these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are 1 and 2. So that's how that works. So this is odd. Actually, do I want to keep the coloring? The problem I've got is I'm on the wrong app. So all of the coloring is just weird. But I can give it a try. Now, I mean, these are even. I hope that made sense. If I lost the stream, everything's gone silent. Okay. Now, this 8 means that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this has to be 3 or 5. This has to be 9 because it can't be 7. So this has to be 8. This is 2, 4, or 6. Now, no. 5 is not in any of those, so 5 is in one of those two. 8 is down here. Now, does that have an impact here? All I know is my gut tells me maybe. So if these have to be odd now, because if they were even, I'd need a 4 to connect them. I can't connect 2, 6, and 8. It's exactly the same logic. So these are odd. and these are even. And if I included a 2, I would need a 4 because 2 can only connect to 4. So those are 6 and 8. Because 2, I can't connect to either 6 or 8. So these are 6 and 8. So these are 7, and these are 5 and 9. And this 9 makes this the 5, and this the 9. So this is the 6, and this is the 8. The 9 connects to an 8. I don't need the parity colouring anymore, do I? This is the 7. This is 4 or 6. And this is... Well, 4 can't... So this is 3 or 7. And I don't think I need the parity colouring anymore. Oh, this is 3, 4 because of the 7 at the top. I have no idea what alphabetical August is. Unfortunately, I'm just getting the puzzle links. I'm not actually looking at the descriptions. There's no 8 here because these are 1, 2, 3 because I've got the other entropies. There's no 3 here. Hey, Doomjot. And thank you, Clover, for dropping in. I really appreciate it when the setters of puzzles are here. It means so much. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what could these be? I need to put an even on it. It's a 6 or an 8, and it's not an 8. So there's a 6 on here, and there's no 5 with it. So this is a 6, 7 pair. So this is an 8, 9 pair. So what can this be? Because I can't put a 6, an 8, or a 4 on it. So this is a 2, and it can't have a 3. So this is a 1, 2 pair. That's a 1, 2 pair. But these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But the 6, 7 means that that's the 5 and that's the 6. Oh, this 8, of course, means that's the 9 and that's the 8. Oh, okay, that's cool. That's very cool. It's a little terrifying, actually. 8 is in one of those by Sudoku. 8 would make that 7, and then that 6, maybe. 5 is right there. So these... Well, this is a 1, 2 pair. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 and 9. 1, 2, or 3. We all know my scanning is for pot today. Well, this is an 8, 9 pair, because 8, 9 and 8, 9, and that can't be 8 or 9. This is an 8, 9 pair. And this can't be a 9, because this would have to go 8, 7, and that would break there. So this is the 8, this is the 9, therefore this is 7 and 6, which means this is not 6. I still feel like I'm not doing great. Oh, the 1, 2 pair, of course, makes this 4. Woohoo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 go in there. So this is the 6, this is the 5. This is not the 5. So in this row, where do I put 5? Because I can't put it in those. This is 5. This is 1, 2, or 3. 3 is in one of those two. So this is a 7. These are, of course, 1, 2, 3. Three is in one of those two by Sudoku. Right, that's not the 5. This is the 5. And with 3 in one of these two, well, this can't be 3, 4 because of this. So this is 2, 3. No, 2, 3. And if this was 2, 3, 4, this is 1 or 4. Oh, and the 1, 2 makes that the 4, 3, and 2. So 3 comes out of there, 2 comes out of there. This is 1 and 6, which means this is 2 and 1, which means this is 2, this is 1. There is no 1 in any of those. This is a 2, 3 pair. This is 1. So this is 2, and this is 2, and this is 3. That's a 4. Philip's being kept in the dark. Okay. We often feel he does that to us when he sets puzzles, don't we? This is 6, 7, and 9. There's no 6 there or a 7 there. Row 7, column 4. Ah, right, can't go down. This is a 6, 7. So this is a 1. But this is a 7, so this is the 6, this is the 7, this is the 9, this is the 6. So now I have some triples to play with. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 3, 4. There's no 3 there, but 2, 8, 9. No, 8. My scanning really is for pot today. That's a 7. 8 is in one of those two. 9 is in one of those two. Right, so where's 9 in this row? That's a 9, so that's a 2, and that's an 8. I don't know if that X-Wing was required, but I'm using it. So, okay, where's 8 in this row? It's not there, it's not there. It has to be in one of those, and that 8 eliminates that. So that's the 8. So what are these 3 cells? They are 1, 3, and 4. And this is a 1, 2, 4. So it's a 1 or a 2. So that's the 4. 4 comes out of those. Am I just completely... See that 2? That actually did some stuff. Okay, so the 4 looks back, making that 9 and that 4. This row is now missing 1, 2, 3, a 6, which makes this 1 and this 6. This column, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that's the 9. This is a 1 or a 2, and I can use either the 1 or the 2 to resolve the 2 and the 1. Yes, I was just completely blind. I am not earning hats today, Frappy. That's okay. They wouldn't fit over my headphones anyway. Diagon Dilly Dally. As long as J.K. Rowling doesn't get any money from the puzzle, I'm cool with it. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Digits along the indicated diagonals cannot repeat. Okay. So, I've done a few diagonal puzzles in my time, so let's give this one a shot. So, have to put a 1 on this diagonal. Cannot put it in those 3 cells, cannot put it in those 3 cells because there's already 1s in the boxes. That one sees that cell, that one sees that cell, so this is a 1. Now I can repeat the 1 trick on this diagonal. Cannot put 1 in those, cannot put 1 in those. That one sees that one cell, and that one sees that cell, so that is a 1. Now I have to put 1 by Sudoku in one of those 2 cells, and that one sees that, so that's a 1. Now 1 has to go here by Sudoku, and I've placed all the 1s. Cool opening. 2 has to go in one of those 2 cells because I can't put 2 in any of those. So 2 is in one of those. That 2 knocks out that one, so that is a 2. I've got everything I need almost. I'm not sure where that's going. 2 now can't be in those because of Sudoku, and it can't be there, so that is a 2 in the box. I'm just scanning the way I'm scanning. So 2 in this diagonal can't go in those or in those, and then 2 can't go there or there by Sudoku, so that's a 2. I'm just working along the digits. 3 can't go in those or in those by Sudoku, so that's a 3. Now 3 can't go in those 2 because of Sudoku, can't go in those because there's already a 3 in the box, so 3 has to go in one of those, which I'm not seeing. Now, 4 on this diagonal can't go on those 3, so it's in one of those 3, but that 4 knocks out that one, that 4 knocks out that one. That is a 4. What about 4 on this diagonal now? Not sure. 5 is not in there, so 5 is in one of those 2, and that 5 knocks out that one. That is a 5 in the center. So I've already got 5 on that diagonal. 6 is now here because I can't put 6 in those. So this is, oh, well, I could have just put the 7, 8, 9 triple in. Okay, should have done that to start with. 7 is not in either of those 2, so that's the 7. I'm solving it my way. It's not as if I'd missed it. I just was looking at other stuff and hadn't got to it yet. This 8 means this is the 9 and this is the 8. These are now a pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And that 7 makes that the 8 and that the 7. These are a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 9. The 3, 4 makes that the 9. So this is a 3, 4 pair. But that means these are not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are 6 and 9. And that 6 makes that the 9 and that the 6. Okay, this triple maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, and 7. Well, the 2, 3 makes that the 7, so 7 comes out of those. Then this 2 looks down, making that the 3 and that the 2. This pair 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4, and 9, but there's a 4 in the box. That's the 9. That's the 4. This triple 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 3, 5, and 7. No 3 in either of those because of that. So that's the 3. This is a 5, 7 pair, which means this is a known pair, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, and 8, which means that has to be a 2, which I could have got from that column, but whatever. Now, this pair 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, and 8, but there's a 2 there, so that's the 8, that's the 2. This triple 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There's no 7 there, so I've got a 6, 8 pair in the row, so that's the 7. Solving this is fun, so I'm glad setting it was fun. 3 is in one of those 2. 4 is not in any of those, so 4 is in one of those 2. I feel I'm losing the flow. 3, 4, and 9. Well, this is a 3 or a 4. So this row is missing 3, 4, and 9, but there's a 9 there. So that's not the 9. This is a 3, 4 pair, so this is the 9. So I need to put a 1 in this row, and I'm not putting it in any of those cells. So this is the 1. This is a triple now, which is 3, 4, and 6. And there's a 6 there. So that's not the 6. This is the 6. This 3 now makes this 4 and this 3, which makes this 4 and this 3. This is a pair. Well, the 4 looks up, meaning that's not the 4. So this is the 4, and by pencil mark, that's the 3. This column is missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8. Sure, this column is missing a single digit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. And these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 9. And there's a 9 there. So that's the 6, that's the 9. This is a triple in the row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8. There's an 8 there and a 5. So that's the 6. 5, 8. Well, this is a pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The 7 makes that 3 and that the 7. The 7 looks back making that the 5 and that the 7. 5 looks back making that the 8 and that the 5, which makes that the 8, which looks down making that the 6, which makes that the 8 and that the 6. Lots of damage done. 1, 2, 3, 4 goes in there. So these are 5 and 9. I'll use that 5. 9 and 5, and these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And I'll use that 8 for want of a better digit, but there were other things I could use. 6 minutes 34. While doing a description, I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah, solving this one was fun too, Philip. That was great. Pardon me. That was cool. I love diagonal. People may remember, who've been around a long time, may remember over 2 years ago now, diagonal was the first constraint I really latched onto and went into exploring as a setter. And it's still something I do. Bye, Frappy. Yeah, 3 a.m. You should be asleep. There is a particular Sudoku element that I have been exploring at depth recently, and in 9 days, when the second anniversary of the channel happens, I'll be releasing a new puzzle that I created with Virtual, which will be showcasing that thing. It's not a new discovery I've made. It's something that other setters have explored in as much depth as I have been, but I've been enjoying exploring it. So it's not a big novel thing. I've definitely seen Clover explore it. I'm pretty certain Philip has as well. I think Riff Clown has. I'm pretty certain Xeon Risk has. I'm pretty certain Sotek has. Other setters absolutely will have, and I just haven't seen it. But I've been exploring it for my own gratification recently, and I've created a puzzle based on it. So yeah. Yes, there will be a couple of new Brem puzzles coming over the next couple of weeks, but quite a hard one that I worked on with Virtual a few days ago is coming for the second anniversary of the channel. If you're not aware, the channel was originally created for me to just release solves of my own puzzles. I wasn't expecting it to turn into what it is now. And then other people just started sending puzzles through. So it will be me solving a puzzle that I created with Virtual, kind of as a, this is how it all started. Just me turning around and not wanting to forget how I wanted to do solve guides of my own puzzles, and that's kind of how it all began. And I'll be doing sort of one of those at the beginning. Yeah, it's a beast. It's a real beast. It was collaboratively solved by a bunch of excellent solvers, and it took over 40 minutes. So yeah, very, very weird. Expanded Sudoku. Now the question will be, can I actually load this? Now, if this goes to Penpa, now I'm going to have to do a little trick, because I cannot run Penpa without my machine crashing. So I'm going to have to try the following. This may work. Because if I try and solve on Penpa, everything will go to heck. Is that looking okay? Okay, so normal Sudoku rules apply. Rows and columns extend across the blank spaces. Yeah, that's basically where I started, Philip. There was a very hard puzzle of mine that I could not solve. I made it with computer assistance. I still do that a bit, not always, but a bit. And um, I um, I know I was actually chatting to Sotek, turning around and saying the computer says this is solvable, and I can't. And then Sotek found out that there was actually quite a nice way to solve it, and explained it to me because I was rejecting the puzzle as unsolvable. And I ended up wanting to record that, and that was Psycho Alien. And yeah, so that was where the channel came from. Okay, so normal Sudoku rules. So 1 to 9 in every row, column, and box, but this is a row. This is a column. So this is how I'm reading it. The rows and columns extend across the blank spaces. So this is going to be a scanning nightmare for me because normally I have trouble scanning. The reason I run on such a large screen is because once the grid gets too big, the pencil marks are hard for me to see. And the scanning is hard. So I will probably need help with this. We will see how I go. So, I can see there is an 8 in one of those two by Sudoku because of the 8s lining up. There is a 3 in one of those two because of the 3s in the column. There's an 8 in one of those two. I've got the 2. There's a 2 in one of those two because the 2's lining up, putting 2 here, but that 2 sees that cell. There's a 6 in one of those two. I'm just looking for pairs at this point. There's a 2 in one of those two. That's actually a 2-9 pair because this 2-9 sees those two, but I still need to put in 2-9. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 1 and 8. So this can't be the 8 and this is the 8. And this 1 resolves it. This is 8, this is 1, and this 2 resolves this. This is 9 and this is 2. So this is not 2, this is 2. So this box did a lot of damage. Oh man, this is tricky. And I apologize to everyone for being bad. Like, I can see, I think, and I'm 100% not sure about this. These can't be 3, these can't be 3. So this is 3. These can't be 1, 5. So these are 1, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are 7 and 9. So in this column, I've got 1, 2, 3. These are 4 and 6. And this 4 makes this 6 and 4. This is feeling right, but I'm really not sure. This is now a 6 because this 6 sees both of those and that 6 sees this one. These are 2, 4, and 8. But 4 can't be in those because of that 4. So this is the 4. This 2 looks down, making this 8 and this 2. I'm really, really glad that I was able to move it from pen pad into Sudoku pad, which wasn't going to crash my computer, because this is really fun. These are a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 3, and 7. But there's no 7 there. It's not as powerful as I wanted. Not as powerful as I wanted. Where is 3 in this row? Because this 3 sees all of those and those aren't 3. So this is just a 3 and this is now a triple, which is 1, 7, and 9. But there's a 7 there. There's a 1 there. There's a 9 in both of those. That's 7, that's 1, that's 9. So 1 is now in one of these two because of the 1s in those, and that's a 1 that sees that one. So that's a 1. This is tricky, but fun. 5 is now in one of these, but there's 5s there. So this is a 5, and this is now a triple. 1, 2, 4, and 6. Well, there's no 2 there. Actually, is this a 4, 6 pair? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, this is a 4, 6 pair. Oh, there's a 4 there. There's no 4 there. This is a 2, 6, and there's a 2. So this is the 6, this is the 2, this is the 4, this is the 6. This is now also 7 and 9. This is way cool. I wish I could give this one to my mother. She would enjoy this, but she couldn't actually do it. Ah, right. That 3 looks down, making this 1, which looks up making this 5 and this 1. Takes 1 out of both of those. Cool. So this is a triple. Actually, I've got triples here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So these are 3, 5, and 7. So that's not an 8. This was an 8. I had that for a while. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is a 9. So 1 is in one of those two. 2, 3 is in one of those two. So this is a 1, 4 pair because of the 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is a 3, 7 pair. It's hard to know where to look. 1 is in one of those two. So these are 1, 7, 8, and 9. So this is a 1, 7 pair. Because 1, 7, 1, 7, this is 1, 7. These are 8 and 9. So this is a triple. Which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's no 5. Well, there's no 3 there, which is what matters. So this becomes the 3. This is a 4, 5 pair. So now 3 is in one of those two. Again, hat wouldn't fit over my my headphones, so you know it's not a huge deal anyway. 4 is in one of those two, and the 4, 5 looks down. That's a 4. Yeah, that's true. Expanded hat might fit. I do have a pretty big head. Okay. I'm not sure which quad to look at. So these are 4, 5, 8, and 9. Right, here we go. This one. This is 4, 5, 8, and 9 because it's got 1, 2, 3, 7, and 6. But there's a 4, a 5, and an 8 here. So that's a 9. So 8 is in one of those two. So that 9 means this is a triple, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So these are 1, 3, and 7, and there's a 1, 7. So that's a 3. There's no 3 here. And these are now 4, 5, and 6. And there's no 4 there. Well, there's no 4 there either. They were consistently 99th percentile when they still measured. Oh, your kids have giant heads. Okay. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna make a parenting or genetics joke or anything. I mean, I just did, but I'm not going to. So which quad is powerful now? Because there's quads everywhere. Like 5. Oh, this is a 5. Right, that's what's powerful. So 5 has to go in this row somewhere. It can't go there because of this 5, so it's in one of these 3. This 5 knocks it out of here, and the 4-5 pair places it there, which by pencil marks means this is a 3. So this is now a pair, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1 and 9, and this 1 makes this 9 and this 1. That's going to be huge, because that is now 7 and 9 and 7. This is now a pair, which is 1, 2, and 6. But this is now a triple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9. There's no 7 there. Oh, there's a 3 in the box. That's the 9, that's the 7. The 9 looks up making that 8 and that 9. 7 is in one of those two. Oh, that's not... This is the 3. Which looks down, making that the 7 and that the 1, which looks across, making that the 4 and that the 1. This makes this the 3 because of that 7, and there's no 3 in either of these. This is really fun. It's just tricky. These are 2, 6, and 8, but there's no 6 in either of those because of that 6. The smaller pencil marks and the extra scanning is kind of breaking my brain, but it's all... I wouldn't want to do too many of these. This 6 makes this a 2 and this a 6. The 2 looks down, making this the 8 and this the 2. So these are a pair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9. And this 7 makes this the 9 and this the 7, which looks up making this the 1 and this the 7. These are now 1 and 8. How? What have I missed? Okay, maybe this box will do something. I need to put a 3 into this box. It's in one of those two. I need to put a 5 in this box, which is wide open. 6 and 9. Well, 9 is right there. So this is 5, this is 6, this is 3, which makes this 7 and this 3, which makes this 5 and this 7, and that's going to do some stuff looking up, isn't it? 5 comes out of those. 6 looks up making this the 4, so this is the 8, this is the 1, this is the 8. The 8 makes this 5 and this 6. The 5 looks across making this 4 and this 5. Very, very cool. And I'm happy to have done that in 1251. That is a really nice puzzle. I wouldn't want to do too many of those, though, because that actually hurt my eyes. Oh, no. I don't know if anyone remembers. The next one is a Fortress Sudoku. I recently did a puzzle. It was one of the Barbie puzzles. I think it was the last one. What was it called? Actually, I'm curious. What was it called? To do Larger Than Life. And basically my motto for that entire puzzle was I'm terrible at Fortress. This is not a falsehood. Larger Than Life was great, though. It was really cool. I mean, the whole Barbie series was so much fun. I mean, now that I've seen the movie, I am aware of the problems of me being a dude telling you all how to solve the Barbie puzzle. Sorry, I can't help who I am, but yeah, if someone wants to do another Barbie puzzle and one of the ladies in the community wants to contribute a guest solve to the channel, I'll put it up. I absolutely will. Hi, Barbie. If you want to do a good Fortress puzzle, have a look at Larger Than Life, the final puzzle in the Barbie series. And definitely stick through to the end of the video. I spent way too long trying to figure out how to make that editing work. I am not a great video editor. Let's have a look at this one, shall we? So, normal Sudoku rules: whenever a shaded cell and an unshaded cell are adjacent, the number in the shaded cell must be higher. So this is a 3. These must be lower than 3, so those must be a 1-2 pair. Now, these are a 6. These must be lower than 6 and they can't be 1, 2, or 3. So these must be 4 and 5 because how do they be lower? These now must be 7 and 8. The 4 and the 5 are resolved by that 5. So these are the 4 and the 5. And this 8 makes this the 7 and this the 8. So that's okay. Not sure how to resolve these yet. Now, this must be higher. Well, this must be 8 because it has to be higher than 7. This is a triple, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, but this has to be higher than the 4. So this is the 5. These now have to be lower than 5, and they can't be 4. So they're 1, 2, and 3, and they must contain 3. So these are 1, 2, 3, 7 and 9, and this 7 makes this 9 and this 7. It is really easy to forget fortress deductions all the time. So this has to be higher than 5. So it's 6, 7, 8, or 9, and it's not 7, 8, or 9. This is the 6. This has to be higher than 3, and it's not 5, 6, 7, or 8. So it's 4 or 9. Well, hang on, this is not the 3 because there's a 3 in the row. This is the 3. So this is 4 or 9. So this is a 1 or a 2. Okay. Now this has to be higher than 6. So it's 7, 8, or 9, and it's not 8. This is higher than 8. So it's just 9. So that's 4. That's 7. That's 9. Probably should have started there. Guess what I didn't do? Start there. This is higher than 8. So that's 9. Which puts 9 right there. What? It's amazing that I'm so bad at Fortress. This is a 7 by Sudoku because 7 is knocked out of all of those cells by 7s looking into the box. So this has to be lower than 7. So it can be, well, hang on. It sees 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So this is a 1. This is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 2 and 9. Well, they're resolved by Sudoku. Well, hang on. This is a 1 is in one of those two. Actually, this is a 1, 3 pair. So 1, 2, 3. This is 4 and 6. So this is known. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which is fortunately lower, and these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but this has to be lower than that. So that's the 6 and that's the 4. I could have used the 6 that was given, but I didn't. This is a triple, 2, 3, and 8. Now, if that's 8, that's 9, so that is definitely not the 8. This is not a 2 because of the 1, 2 pair. So 2 is in one of those two. So now, where is 2 in this column? Because I can't put it there because 2 is in one of those two, and I can't put it in any of those. So 2 is in one of these two. I'm not sure that that's huge yet. Let's look at this column because that's a quadruple with some effects on it because it's 1, 2, 3, and 5. Well, there's no 2, 3 there. And this has to be lower than this. So this is not a 1. And if this is a 5, what the heck is that going to be? That is the 1. There's no 1 down here. Now this is all good. But if this is a 2, this would also have to be a 1. So it's not a 2. So 2 is down here somewhere. But if this is 2, what's that going to be? This is not the 2. This is the 2. This is a 3 or a 5. Now if this is a whichever one is a 3 puts a 2 in 2 in one of these, and I can't put if this is a 3. Oh no, that's not true. This is a 3, this is a 1, and that doesn't work. If this is a 3, this has to be lower than 3, which is a 1, and this would be a 3, 1, and that's broken. That's the 5. This is the 3, and this is the 2. The 3 makes that the 8, which means this is not an 8, and this is a 2, 3 pair. I have no idea if that was the intended deduction, but it was cool. Ah, there's a 3 there. Okay, that was an easier way to do it. Thank you. Which makes that the 1 and that the 2. Which makes that the 1 and that the 2. Okay, that was easier. Oops, 1 and 2. Sure, okay. I did it the silly way. This is 1, 2, 3, 1 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I found something cool. I was happy with the cool thing I found. Okay, it's got to. Do I have to do something here? Well, so these are 1, 4, 5, and 8. Now there's no 1 or 5 there. There's no 4 or 8 there. Yep. This is 4. This would have to be less than 4, and it can't be 1, 2, or 3. So this is the 8. So 1 is in one of those two. It was cool. It was fun. 7 is now here by Sudoku. Okay, the YouTube video, the YouTube preview is just showing me having finished the last puzzle. So something really weird is going there. Ah, right. This has to be lower than this. So this is a 4 and this is a 6. The 4 makes this a 1 and this a 4. I know that, like, the YouTube preview on my stream is showing me at the end of the quadruple puzzle. Something is wrong with YouTube right now. The 1 makes this the 3 and this the 1. These are 3, 4, 5. And there's no 3 in either of those. This is the 3. I could have got that from the 4, 5. That's fine. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And the 7 here makes this the 6 and this the 7. These are 1, 2, 6, and 8. There's a 6, 8 here, so this is the 2. I could have got that from the pencil mark 2s. I didn't. The 8 looks down, making this the 6 and this the 8. The 5 looks down, making that the 4 and that the 5. These are 1, 3, and 9. There's a 1, 3 in the column. That's the 9. I take the 9 out of both of those. I will use that 3 to make that 1 and that 3. The 1 comes out of there, so this is the 1. Use the 5 to make that 4 and that 5 and that 4. These are now 5 and 6, and I'll use the 6, 5 and 6. And no included solution, but I think that's correct. That is cool. Now, I'm hoping someone can confirm that they're on the stream, they are seeing me just having finished a fortress puzzle. If someone can say fortress puzzle finished or something like that, just so I can confirm that the YouTube preview that is showing me just having started Philip's 40th birthday puzzle is completely wrong. Right. Because it is literally showing me on my stream as, oh, you've just started Philip's 40th birthday. What is going on? I'm only going to do maybe 1 or 2 more puzzles because it's been a long stream, I think. What time is it? 11:30, yeah. But these are so much fun. They really are. Okay, Jermaine Gossip. Thank you, Casey. Thank you, everyone who confirmed. I really do appreciate it. MGL, I'm not sure I know you. Thank you. I really do appreciate you dropping in. I mean, maybe I do, and I just don't know people's names. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Digits in cells directly connected by a green line must differ by at least 5. So German Whisper. I'm not sure if people know you can change your name that it shows up in YouTube chats and YouTube comments without changing your name in Google, your Google account. But if you look that up, so when you chat, it can show your setter name or something like that, and still have all your persona in the Sudoku community, but still have your Google account show as your real name. All you have to do is go into your YouTube account and change your display name there. Anyway, if you Google how to do it, it's fairly clear. That's how I show up as Bremster Puzzles, even though my real name is on my Google account. Anyway, Jermaine Gossip. Um, so you've all heard my German whisper spiel at this point, which is you can never put 5 on a German whisper line, because if you go up by 5, then you'll hit 10 or higher. So you leave the range of Sudoku digits. If you go down, you will hit 0 or less. You'll leave the range of Sudoku digits. So every digit you put on a German whisper line will exist in one of two states: lower than 5, 1 to 4, or higher than 5, 6 to 9. If you start lower than 5, you can't go down. You will leave the range of Sudoku digits. And if you go up, because of the 5 difference, you will leapfrog the 5, and you'll end up in a high state. So a digit next to low must be high. If you start high, you can't go up, so you will, because you will leave the range of Sudoku digits, so you must go down. And if you go down from a high digit with a difference of 5 or more, then you will leapfrog the 5 and end up in a low state. So you will always alternate high-low. And that's the way I like to think about the high-low alternating principle and explain it to people who've never seen it before. But where do we put 5s? Is there a 5 opening in this puzzle? We cannot put 5 in any of those cells. We cannot put 5 in any of those cells. Sorry, those cells in box 2. And we cannot put 5 on a line. That is a 5. So 5 down here is here, because we can't put it on a line, and that 5 knocks it out of that cell. Now, is there more we can do with 5s? 5 can't go in any, 5 goes there and 5 goes there for the same reason. Now 5s are not in any of those. This is leaving 5s. Okay, so there's an interesting trick here that is not very gassy. Which may be wrong, so I'm not even going to look at it. I kind of just want to mark up this line, or these lines, and see if I get a conflict. But I'm like that. I think has to be a 6, because 6 can't go in any of those. So 6 is limited to one of those cells. Now, if I put 6 here, 6 only has one partner on a whisper line, because the only digit that's 5 away from 6 is 1. So if this is a 6, both of those are 1. So that is not a 6. If this is a 6, both of those are 1. So this is not a 6. If this is a 6, both of those are 1. So this is not a 6. And if this is a 6, both of those are 1. So this is not a 6. So this right here is a 6. Now, the same is true for 4 in this box. 4 is in one of those by Sudoku. 4 here would make both of those 9. So that is not a 4. 4 here would make both of those 9. That is not a 4. 4 here would make both of those 9. That is not a 4. And 4 here would make both of those 9. That is not a 4. So that is a 4. Now, the question is 4 in this box, because 4 has to go in one of those. Now 4 here would make both of those 9. So that is not 4. 4 here would make both of those 9. That is not 4. 4 here would make both of those 9. That is not 4. This is 4. This is 9. 6 in this box is now the same, because 6 goes in one of those, but there doesn't work. There doesn't work. There doesn't work. So none of those are 6. This is 6. This is 1, and you get the parity of the puzzle. Don't know if that was the intended way to get this, but that was cool. And I'm really worried my live stream has crashed again. Anyway, so how do I progress from here? This is a low digit. So this is 2, 3, or 4. Do I just want to mark up all the high-low? I think I do. Those are low. Again, I don't have my nice coloring because it's the wrong app. Those are high. Those are low. So these are 1, 2, 3. Those are not 2, so this is 2. These are 1 and 3. One of those is a 3, so this has to be an 8 or a 9. So there's a 7 in one of these two. But if that's a 7, this is a 1, 2 pair, and it can't be. So this is the 7, this is the 1, this is the 3, this is an 8 or a 9. This is now a 4, which means both of those are 9, which means that's an 8. This is a 6, so this is a 1. I think this is making sense. These are 7, 8, 9. These are 6, 7, 8, but I can't put 6 in either of those. So this is a 6, this is a 1. 6 is not in any of those. So that's a 6, so this is a 1. These are a 2 and a 3. One of those has to be a 3, so there's no 7 there. This is not 2, or this is a 1 or a 3. Hang on, where's 1? This is a 1. Because 1 can't be in those or those, and that's a high digit. So that was a 1. So this is 7 or 9, but there's a 7, 8 looking at it. This is a 9, this is a 7, 8. There is a 9 in one of those two. There's a 9 in one of those two because of the 4 high digits, and it's not there. Not there. So this is a 9. Yeah, I wasn't sure about the 5s in the corners because there might be an outlet in these spots. Because the 5s were pressured into these, but I wasn't certain if... I couldn't remember if the fact that these could potentially be 5s would give me an outlet. So this is a 2 or a 3, and it's a 3 because of the row. So this is 3, this is 2, this is 3. This 3 means this is 8, this is 9, this is 7. This row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is 7. Yeah, I saw that at the beginning, and I was about to talk about the, even though it's a gas puzzle, I was about to talk about the rectangle, and that possibly making the 5s not be able to be in the corners. And then I realized those two cells actually potentially gave me an outlet, and I thought I'm just going to ignore that and not try and explain it. I saw it and then went, hang on, I think I'm wrong. And I didn't want to mess around with it. So these are 2, 3, or 4 because they're low and not 1, but neither of them can be 4 because if they're 4, then I have to put 9s in next to them. So these are 2 and 3. So these are 4 and 6. So, well, this 6 makes this the 4 and this the 6. So this is 4, which makes perfect sense. And these are 7 and 8. But one of them has to be 8, so that can't... one of them has to be 7, so that can't be 3. So that's the 2 and that's the 3. I almost got that the wrong way around. The 2, of course, makes this 4. The 7 here looks down, making that the 8 and that the 7. This column is just missing a 2, so this is the 3. The 7 here, of course, makes that the 8 and that the 7. I think I'm completely done with my colouring now. Because the lines are fully resolved. So let's look at triples. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, there's no 4 there. There's no 2 there. There's no 4 there. 6 in column 7. Right. this is a 6. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8. Okay, these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 5, and this 1 makes this the 5 and this the 1, which makes this the 8 and this the 5, which makes this the 2, this the 5, this the 4. Yeah, but I don't think I could have proved it at that point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 9. So this is the 9, this is the 5. And now I'm stuck in this pattern, which I always find a real pain to resolve unless you get something really obvious like this, which makes this a 1. These are 2, 3, and 7. This is not, oh, the 3 comes out of those. So this is the 2, this is the 7, this is the 3, and now I'm down to pairs. So this is all fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8. There's a 6, so this is 8 and 6. 1, 2, and 7, and I'll use the 2 to make that 7 and 2, and this is all coming together. We will all go together when we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. I'll use the 7 to make that 3 and 7. This is beautiful, by the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, and 9. I've got a 9, so 8 and 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. Very cool. Well, I never saw that in the rules, so I must have made a mistake. Need to reset the puzzle where the given digits are pink. I really liked those pink puzzles. um, okay, I am going to finish on a Clover puzzle, even though I'm pretty certain I may not be. I'm going to try and see whether I can do this next puzzle. It may not work because I suspect this is just going to break and I'm not going to be able to solve it. So this may be one I have to skip because I expect if I try and run this through the tool, everything is going to break. Yeah, this will not work. Yeah, just does not work. So I actually can't solve this puzzle. Just not one I can do because this tool just does not work on most computers, unfortunately. So this is one I just have to skip. So I might try the next one just so I've got a note. I imagine it's a cool puzzle. I just can't do it. Wow, this looks like Ironworks. I mean, it's not. It's very much not, but this looks familiar. The only puzzle that's ever been pulled from my channel because people complained. Yes, people complained that I was on. People reported my own puzzle on my own channel. A, because it was solved by a much bigger channel, and B, because I revealed the secret. Thanks. Anyway, let's have a look at Irregular Sudoku by Sam. Okay, so normal Sudoku rules apply. Place the number from 1 to 9 into each empty cell so that every row, column, and marked region contains each number exactly once. Right. Let's give this one a shot. So we do have law of leftovers working here. So what does law of leftovers mean? So for example, we know that this column contains all of the digits from 1 to 9, but we also know that this region contains all of the digits from 1 to 9. So because these digits are in both the region and the column, these digits or these 3 digits have to appear somewhere in this region. And the only place they can appear is here. So this is 3, 4, and 5. So that's the way law of leftovers works, and there's going to be a whole heap of that sort of stuff going on in this puzzle, I imagine. So this can't be 4, this can't be 5, um, and this can't be 3, but I'm not sure what to do with that yet. There will be more law of leftovers, such as this being 1, 2, and 3. This can't be 1, this can't be 2, this can't be 3. Now these are 1, 8, and 9. This can't be 1. This is 1, and this is 9, and this is 8 because of Sudoku. Now, it may be ludicrous, but whenever you get a large enough fan base for anything, you get people who are zealots. It's not them, it's their fans. And those zealots just do silly things. Pick any fan base of people over 100. You will get 1 or 2 people in there who are just crazy. Any group of people over 100, you will get crazy people. Crazy people do crazy things. It's just the way it is. It's fine. And YouTube does allow crazy people to do crazy things. It's fine. It's just the way it works. It's the world. Okay, so now 1. Okay, where is 1 in this region? So this is a 3x3 region. I have to put 1 in it somewhere. This one means it's not there. This one means it's not there. So, and the other digits are full. These are 1s. 2 has to go into one of these 2 cells. Now, can I repeat that with something like 8s? Not really. I mean, 8 is in one of those 2. I'm sure there's a smarter trick. Like these are triples, but... where is 1 in this? So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and 6. But I can't put 1 in either of those because of these 1s. So this is the 1. This is now a 2 and a 6. Can I repeat it with these triples? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9. Not really. Thank you, Philip. I'm glad you were able to drop in. It's always great to have the setters here. Right, these are 6, 7, 8, 9. That's a really interesting law of leftovers because these 5 cells are shared. Where do these 4 cells go in these regions? So this is 6, 7, 8, 9. That's kind of cool. It doesn't do much, but it's true. So 3 in this region is in one of those 2 because I can't put it in either of those because of that. But I'm not seeing what to do with it. Isn't what an X-wing? Unfortunately, because of lag, I may have moved on like 6 steps since you mentioned that. The 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't think so. I think it might be worthwhile more me trying to place some of these restricted digits, such as 1 can't go in any of those, 1 can't go there, and that 1 sees that. So that's a 1. And then I possibly want to keep trying to place 1s in the grid. So where is 1 in this box? It's here because this one knocks it out of there and this one knocks it out of there. So in this box, 1 is here. So this makes this 2, 3, and 1. And that's all the 1s placed. Now I potentially want to look at 2s or maybe 3s. No, 2s. Because 2 in this box can't be in any of those. So that's a 2. These are now 6, 8, and 9. But this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is a 7, which means this is not a 7. 8 in the top middle region. 8 is not, right, this is an 8. Right, that's good. That is good. So 8 is in one of those 2, so this is not an 8. But this is a pair now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 9. So this is not an 8. This is an 8. And this is 1, 2, 3, a 5. So there's no 8 here. This is the 8. But I think this region has more going for it. Or there might be more I can do with 3s. Maybe this triple. 1, 2, 3, and 9. There's no 2 there. This is 5 or 9. Five's in the 8912 box in the bottom at the bottom. 5 is not right. Yes, this is a 5. Which puts 5 in one of those two. Where's 5 in this row? Where is 5 in this row? It's not here. I've already got 5 in this box. I've already got 5 in this box. I've already got 5 in this box. This is the 5. This is the 3. So this is now a pair. This is a 2-4 pair. And this 2 makes that the 4 and that the 2. Which means that's not a 4. Leftovers. Column 1, row 3. What? Hadn't I done that? Oh. Oh, you're looking at this. So what you're looking at is that those 3 digits are the same as those 3 digits, because that is 3 regions, but I can take 1 out there. Sorry, I can take 1 out there, and I can take 1 out there. And then these 3 digits have to be the same as those 3 digits. So these are 269. There's no 7 in there. That's a 6-9 pair. That's a 7. That's very cool. So I could probably do the same down here. These are 8, 4, 7. So this is 4, this is 7, this is 9, this is 6, this is 8, 9. So this is the 9 and the 8. Yes, there is a reason why collaborative solving with people like Hoosier and Xeon Risk and the other people from Skunkworks, whose names I've now forgotten to say, and they're all going to be very upset at me, is just really, really cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 go in there, so I can put in the 6 and the 7. 1, 2, these are 3 and 4. The 4 there makes this 3 and this 4. There's no 3 there. The 6 looks like making this 9 and 6, which makes this 2. This is a 3, 9. I'll get there sometime, eventually, maybe. Maybe. This is a 9 now because it's 2, 6, 9 in the row, and it sees 2 and 6. So that makes this 6 and this 2, which makes this 6 and this 9. These are 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a 2 here. There's a 3 here. There's a 4 here. There's a 3 here. This is 2. This is 4. This is 3. These are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And there's a 7. That's the 4. That's the 7. The 4 looks across, making this 3 and 5 and 4. The 3 makes this 9 and 3. These 3 digits are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 9. There's no 5 or 9 here. That's the 6. 5, 9, that's the 5, that's the 9. And that is the solution to the Irregular Sudoku by Sam. I did mention it, but I mentioned the easy one. That was an easy. Uh, I've forgotten the name of it now. Law of Leftovers. This was a slightly trickier Law of Leftovers. That being that is was slightly trickier. This being this was a bit. Sorry, this being this was slightly easier. Um, there were probably others, but that one being that one, very cool. That was a spot I had not picked up yet. But then again, I was still trying to do Sudoku. Thank you everyone for watching. That was a really fun stream. And I really do appreciate everyone who jumped in. Thank you specifically to David Ratner for the donation. At the moment, any donations I'm getting are going straight to my mum. She is, I mean, I'm helping her out financially. We're fine. We're absolutely fine. But she is always a little bit awkward with taking money. So what I'm doing at the moment is any money I'm getting from the channel is going straight to her. And yeah, it's just the way I'm doing it. So thank you, everyone. We've got a cup, as I said, in 9 days will be the second anniversary of the channel, and we've got some stuff coming up from that. Got some guest solves coming up, or another guest solver coming up in the next few days. I've got some quite tricky puzzles coming up on the channel in the next few days, or at least I found them tricky. Yeah, just trying to keep going. Yeah, I really do appreciate everything everyone is doing. Please jump onto the Puzzle Plaza, into the BremSter's discussion channel if you're not already there to chat about what's going on the channel. If you're not a member of Skunkworks and you wish to be, I'm sure that RiffClown can make that happen if you're a puzzle creator. Yeah, it's just a great time for puzzling, and I'm really enjoying the community. It's really helping me. Yeah, thank you, everyone. Yeah, all I can really say is, as always, good luck with your solving. Bye, everyone.